talk about performance in terms of we all perform ourselves, right? So when you walk around in the world, you are offering the world a performance of you. Okay, so that's sort of more where I want to be. Okay, so I want to start this conversation about performance, discourse, and power by talking about how kids learn. Let's start there, because I think that how kids learn is an excellent example of how people learn to be what they are in a particular social context or within a society. So how do kids learn? All right, when you're a baby, when you're first born, do you know everything about the world when you get here? No. Do you know your gender? No. Okay, so how do you learn your gender? Told. Are you told? Is that the only way you know your gender?
Oh, you take a shower.
No, that wouldn't tell you. Would that tell you your gender if you didn't know that genders existed?
Don't you like see other people that you play doctor with the kid?
But would you really know that that meant that you all had different genders and not just that you had different parts that were interesting to play with? Who? And how do they tell you?
They say you're a girl or a boy.
Is that the only way that they teach you how to engage in gender?
They dress you.
Ah! Yes.
They dress you and tell you how to act, what you should do.
Exactly. There we go. So we start, like back in the day, the example that I would have used is, you know, when we were thinking about infants, the first way in which you are gendered are the color of clothing that you wear home from the hospital, right? So pink for girls, blue for boys. Now people are like trying to all mess with the gender, like, you know, binary, and now like yellow is a thing, or green, so you can be like gender neutral. But generally, people send their kids home in pink or blue to represent, you know, male or female, right? So we get the kid home and we like, you know, start to buy the kid clothes, and so we buy what for girls? Pink dresses, right? Hair bows, right? Stuff like that. What do we buy for boys?
Blue.
I mean, we buy blues, we buy darker colors, we buy sporty stuff. Okay, what about toys? Okay, so you give girls Barbie dolls, or those stupid baby dolls that pee and you're supposed to change their diaper, which I just always thought was real stupid. Right? I don't change them wet diapers. That makes no sense to me. Right? Like, you know, your doll pees. That's ridiculous. But when we buy them that, what else do we buy, boys? They get transformers, they get tool sets. They get the cool stuff. The girls get those stupid, like, fake, like, stove sets that, like, are supposed to sit in your living room. You're supposed to pretend to go cook, right? So these are the things that we teach girls and boys that they should like and enjoy and do. So we start off very early, right, training us to be a gender. And then not only do we train you to be a gender in terms of your sex, but we also teach you to have certain kinds of sexuality around your gender. So boys don't cry, right? Girls learn fairly early that they're supposed to keep their skirts down, right? Little girls, when they're like 2, 3, 4 running around, they is not worried about their drawers showing.